Hi guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E.
I'm D.
And today we don't like what we're about to discuss. We've been a little MIA, we've been traveling, but on Friday, we're recording on a Tuesday, we saw that Kate Middleton, aka Princess Catherine of Wales, had a video where she discloses that she was diagnosed with cancer. Of course, we feel distraught about this news. And, for the last couple of days, we've been reading some articles. So, today we had an opportunity to record this video. So, we're going to read a few articles and, of course, give you our opinions. We hope that, she makes a speedy recovery. And, this video definitely puts the rumors to rest, the conspiracies to rest, and hopefully we give her the space that she needs at this time.
Definitely. So, one of the articles that we found was from Time magazine, and it says Kate Middleton and Prince William break silence after cancer diagnosis reveal. So, the article is by Mallory Monge, I believe is how her name is pronounced. I'm sorry if it's not pronounced correctly. The Prince and Princess of Wales are extremely moved by the outpouring of support and continue to ask for privacy in a new statement in response to Kate Middleton's announcement on Friday that she was diagnosed with cancer and is undergoing treatment. The quote says, "The Prince and Princess are both enormously touched by the kind messages from people here in the UK, across the Commonwealth, and around the world in response to Her Royal Highness's message," a Kensington Palace spokesperson tells Time in an email on Sunday. They are extremely moved by the public's warmth and support and are grateful for the understanding of the request for privacy at this time. The statement was issued in response to a global outpouring of well wishes, love, and support in the wake of Kate's cancer diagnosis reveal, which followed questions about her health after she was hospitalized for 2 weeks for a planned abdominal surgery in January. Post operation test results revealed cancer had been present and she started preventative chemotherapy in late February. In her video announcement, Kate said she and her husband have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family, which included taking time to recover from her major surgery, to start treatment, and most importantly, to explain everything to their 3 children before going public with the news. The children are now away from school on their Easter holiday break. Kensington Palace's most recent statement reiterated the plea for privacy in Kate's original statement as the family came under intense public and media scrutiny in the weeks leading up to the announcement. "We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space, and privacy while I complete my treatment," Kate said in her video message. "My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I am able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery." So that was one of the articles that we found. And, before we go into a little bit more information on there, um, it was definitely very shocking news that everybody received on Friday. All of the commentary was just again shock, and I think that obviously for weeks and weeks and weeks there had been so much going on about where was Kate and what was going on with Kate and all the rumors and conspiracies and all of that. Um, but one of the things that I think we should keep in mind is that obviously her situation, it seems to be like obviously very serious, but she said in her video that she's doing well and she's doing preventative chemotherapy, which I think is a sign that at the very least this might be something caught early enough that it can be taken care of, and she should be able to make a full recovery. So I want to look at that in a positive way. um and then as far as all of the hoopla that was going on prior to this announcement, I know there's a lot of people that are apologizing. I know that there's a lot of people who are very regretful for some of the things that they've said. I think in some ways it's understandable that people feel this guilt and people would want to apologize and whatnot. But at the same time, nobody ever knows what anybody's going through. And I think most of what we saw online was done with no ill intention. And even some of the things we covered we were questioning things because some things are questionable, right? So I don't want to look at things as like, oh, everybody was being negative or everybody was being, ill-intentioned with what they were saying and what they were doing. I don't think that was the case for everybody. I also don't think that it's fair to um like blame the public for their hysteria or whatever. It is a natural, I think, feeling to wonder what's going on with these people that you regularly see, because Kate was someone we regularly saw. So anyway, I say all of that to say that it is both things can be true. People were concerned, people wanted to know, people tried to find out, and it doesn't necessarily mean it came from like a bad or negative place. But yeah, wanted to just throw that out there.
Man, what else is there to say? I mean, the royal family is really going through it, and
Yeah.
I think, you know, this is an outlier probably in history. So we got to give both King Charles and Princess Catherine the time, the space to do what they need to do. You know, it's health and family above everything. And I know sometimes we say that, the monarchy is the most important thing, or,
Yeah.
the monarchs have sacrificed for the monarchy. But, I think Princess Kate or Princess Catherine is doing the correct thing, doing this preventative chemo. Not that she asked me, by the way, just doing this preventative chemo, focusing on her kids, which are very young. So, this
Yeah.
is very scary. If it's scary for us, just imagine a little kid thinking,
Yeah.
is mom okay? Things like that. So, her putting her health and safety above it all, I'm down for that.
Yeah, no, that makes like complete sense.
Hmm.
And obviously what's going on with the royal family, it's in general, it's really insane that
Yeah.
both, Princess Catherine and King Charles um have been diagnosed with cancer. And obviously we know from the very first statement that was provided concerning what was going on with Kate from Kensington Palace was that she'd had already planned abdominal surgery that had been done and she was going to be recovering. We weren't going to see her until after Easter, and that it was non-cancerous. So again, I don't feel like most people, right? I don't think they were ill intentioned with a lot of the things we saw online. Some people use humor as a way to kind of just deal with things that go on in life. And also some people use humor as a way to deal with anxiety or stress or whatnot. So with the people that were actually concerned about like what was going on with her and all that, like I can understand. And again, we were told by Kensington Palace this is non-cancerous and that they would inform should there be any changes. They did not inform.
Mhm.
Catherine had to provide a statement herself. So there's a few things about that I think are a little frustrating. I think Kensington Palace has dropped the ball on several occasions. Catherine should not have had to do a video such as that to discuss her situation. I
Yeah.
think that just as Kensington Palace put out a statement saying we will inform da da da, da, you could have easily provided an update and said, "Hey, this is what's going on." And that update could have been provided right before all of this craziness started. But instead, they allowed things to snowball. They allowed Kate to take the fall for the Photoshop situation. And it became a whole like a big old mess that it didn't need to be. I think the palace failed her. Um
Hence the
and
trolls on
hence the
social media,
trolls.
like thinking that it's
Exactly.
a BBL and all these random things. Of course, just to add, if they say it's non-cancerous, then we're thinking, or most people think, it's non-threatening. So what
Right.
could it be? So now we get silly in the US mainly because we don't know how to act, and we throw out these preposterous theories
Yeah.
and dig deep into the crevices of the universe to find out where is Kate. So I don't think it was ill intentioned, like you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, the palace definitely failed her. But continue.
Well, So this next article that we have here is from ABC News by Katie Kindlin, and her headline reads, "What's next for Kate Middleton, Prince William, and their kids after the cancer diagnosis?" So Kate is understood to have had lunch privately with her father-in-law, King Charles III, last Thursday, the day before Kensington Palace released a video of Kate sharing a personally written message announcing her cancer diagnosis. In January, Kate and Charles overlapped in hospital stays at the London clinic, where Kate underwent abdominal surgery and Charles underwent a procedure to treat an enlarged prostate. In the days and weeks after their respective procedures, both Kate and Charles were diagnosed with cancer. Neither of the royals has shared the type of cancer with which they were diagnosed, but both are currently undergoing treatment. Kate said in her video message that she had started preventative chemotherapy, while Charles has also started a schedule of regular treatments, according to Buckingham Palace, which has not said what type of cancer Charles is treating. So Charles has mostly stepped back from his public duties during his treatment, but has made a few public appearances, including on Tuesday when he met with community faith leaders at Buckingham Palace. Kate asked for privacy for her family in her message announcing her diagnosis, and Kensington Palace has said only that she will return to public duties when she is medically cleared to do so. Kate, her husband, Prince William, and their three children, Prince George, who's 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis, 5, are spending time at Amner Hall, their country estate in Norfolk, England, while Charles and his wife, Camilla, will join members of the royal family Sunday for their traditional Easter service at St. George's Chapel. William, Kate, and their children will not attend. Prior to Kate's announcement of her cancer diagnosis, royal watchers had suspected that Kate could make her return to public duties at Easter service. The princess's last royal engagement was on Christmas Day when she joined the family members walking to church in Sandringham. William is expected to return to public duties later in April, once George, Charlotte, and Louis return to school from Easter break. Palace officials made clear Friday that updates will not be forthcoming on Kate, telling reporters Kensington Palace will provide information when the time is right and the princess is able to restart work and her duties. In the meantime, we ask that the family's privacy is respected. Even amid her absence from the public eye, though, Kate is making an impact. Macmillan Cancer Support, a UK-based nonprofit organization, said Monday that following the release of Kate's video message, visits to its website reached record levels. Following Friday's news, there were close to 100,000 visits to Macmillan's information and support pages by the end of Sunday, a 10% increase on the same period last year, and the highest for a weekend period since at least March 2020, the same month the first national COVID lockdown was announced in the UK. The charity wrote in a blog post noting there was also a spike in the website visits after Charles's diagnosis, with more than 1,000 people being diagnosed with cancer each day in the UK, on average one person every 90 seconds. The charity is pleased that those who may be worried about cancer are seeking support. NHS England, the National Health Agency in the UK, also reported a spike in online interest after Kate's diagnosis. According to the agency, visits to the Cancer Focus page on its website rose by 375% after Kate's announcement. Receiving a cancer diagnosis can be very daunting. It turns your life upside down, and speaking about it can be really difficult for people. The Princess of Wales bravely speaking out about her diagnosis will help others do the same. Peter Johnson, NHS England's National Clinical Director for Cancer, said in a statement. Thanks to this, we have seen a spike in people visiting vital information on our website about signs and symptoms. There's no doubt that talking about cancer saves lives if it encourages people to come forward sooner if things aren't right. Completely agree. So, whew, that was a lot. But what do we think so far?
Well, first, we now know they both have cancer. I
Mm.
don't think we need to know what kind. All right, guys, they gave us enough. Okay, like
Yeah.
let them be. Um, but I don't know. I'm just so distraught. Like I don't even know what else to say about this. Like
It's baffling.
2024 has been unforgiving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's baffling. Like, uh,
No
I don't
wonder
know.
Prince William is so stressed. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hate to say this because I already know what the comments are going to say. This is one of those times that I wish there wasn't a rift between the brothers, because
Oh God, here we go.
Listen,
Uh,
William needs the help. The man has a lot on his plate. In the
hmm.
past, we didn't know, right? Within the last month or so, last 2 months, we hadn't known what was really going on. So it was just like, well, why isn't he doing more? I like definitely said that a couple times. Why isn't he doing more? He should be stepping up for the king. That's literally his role. I didn't know, just as none of us knew, that Kate had cancer. And so, even back then, without knowing Kate's situation, I still thought it would have been helpful for him to like have his brother to lean on. And it's sad that he doesn't. I believe that even more so now, considering the situation. And just like I said when we did our video of the announcement that both, King Charles and Princess Catherine had been at the hospital, I remember that I said, in times like these, this is when family comes together. You put aside your mess, you put aside the drama, and you support one another. I get it that, fences may not be mended. I get that trust is still broken and all that. But you don't need to have all that to accept support, to even just ask for the support, because I think it is necessary to have family around, even if it's just to help with a few things here or there. I feel like it's something that, again, when it's such a delicate situation, like, why not put all the beef aside? You want to beef with me again in a month from now? That's fine. We'll do that. But for right now, let's just like focus and help, right? Because not only does William need help with his wife and her situation, but he needs help with his father, the king, who he's supposed to succeed, who he's supposed to basically be stepping in for at all times right now, and he can't do that. So, yeah, like, I'll reiterate my initial statement. I think it's sad that he can't lean on his brother. It's sad that they can't put the differences aside.
I guess it is. But I don't know. I mean, we hope for a reconciliation sometimes, and there's just no light at the end of the tunnel. So I don't know.
Yeah.
And apparently, Meghan Markle, somebody's Duchess, and Prince Harry found out about Princess Catherine's diagnosis the same time we did, according to social media and some articles. So if that's not saying something,
I mean, I can understand not disclosing that to anybody, really.
yeah,
You
but
don't want
we're
to getting that.
fam. At least, I should tell you first before it hits the waves.
No, they could have maybe just said like within an hour prior to it being released, I would have understood, because apparently the news media was alerted, because as soon as Kate's announcement video came out, very precise articles were released. So the news media must have been given a heads up about it. So I don't think it would have hurt to at least let your brother know an hour or two before this video comes out, like, hey, this is the situation.
Mhm.
If you didn't want to tell them any sooner than that, I can understand it. Not only are they living, thousands of miles away, but there's a trust issue, right? Like, however I may feel about the Sussexes and the Waleses and all that, I can understand that there's a trust issue there. So yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to tell them either, like, at least not maybe until an hour or two before it all came out. I get that
Well,
much.
thinking about it, yeah, it was risky. Yeah, they needed to find out at the same time.
Go with you.
Guys, with serious stuff, I have to joke around. I have to throw in the joke somewhere because I can't. But
Yeah.
we obviously, I hope that it's obvious. We hope that King Charles and Princess Catherine, heal and are in perfect health and live long lives because, they're kind of part of our family all the way from the other side of the pond. So hope for the best for them.
Yeah,
But that
definitely.
concludes today's video. Please let us know what you think about this all. I don't even know what to pinpoint. Just let us know what you think of 2024. Were we ready for this? Because I was not.
At all. Oh my
We
god.
were not ready for this.
No.
But if you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends could be our friends. We could all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
So we are on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. Make sure you guys like, follow, share, and comment. You can also listen to our videos in podcast format through YouTube Music and Spotify. Hopefully soon we'll have Apple Podcasts up and running as well.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye bye.